MLS is finally back, and I'm excited to watch it. I've Apple TV right off the bat, real quick, was great. I liked it. If you guys didn't like it, you guys are probably Android users. Just saying, okay? I'm just saying. But overall, good first week. But today, what I want to talk to you guys about is my opinion of the best player from each MLS team going into the 2023 season. Now, it's not going to be based off what they did in the first game or what they did last season. It's kind of just in general. It can be a mix of both. And more importantly, it's just my freaking opinion. Some teams who I don't follow as closely, it was a little hard for me to pick from an outsider's perspective their best player. So I tried my best to pick the best player from each MLS team. So let me know your thoughts down below on your team's best player in your opinion. Without further ado, let's get to it. Also, real quick, I'm not going to be going too into depth of every single play from every single team. If the player, for me, is someone I follow a lot or know more of, I'll talk about him a little more. But if it's just some player I had to really scrap the bottom of the barrel, then I'm just going to say his name and move on real quick, okay? Don't get butthurt. All right, I am ready for the drama. Let's do this. First up, we have Atlanta United. Oh, yeah, we're going alphabetically. Just saying. Atlanta United's best player, in my opinion, come on, it's Thiago Almada. Who is going to pick anybody? Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to pick? Brad Guzan? Joseph Martinez? He ain't there no more. It's definitely Thiago Almada, being their most prolific player last season, of course, and just in general, young talent, World Cup player, World Cup freaking winner, scored 2 goals, amazing last-minute goals in the beginning of the season already. I can already see how good he's going to be for this team, and he won't be here much longer. So Atlanta fans and MLS fans, enjoy him while he lasts. Next up, we've got Austin FC. Again, who are you going to pick other than Sebastian Giroud? He already scored in the first game of the season. He scored 22 goals last season and 7 assists in 34 games. He was the second highest goal scorer last season for MLS, just beaten out by 1 goal by Henny Mukhtar, but still, this guy is definitely Austin FC's best player. Next up, we have Charlotte FC, their first season last year in MLS. It's hard. Like, it's a brand new team last season. I have to go with Karl Swiderski, though. Chicago Fire, Danny T. Ray, this for you, boy. I hope you agree with my pick, because my pick is not an attacker, not a striker, not a winger. It's actually a center midfielder, a defensive midfielder, a player who had the second most tackles last season, winning the most tackles last season, the second most won tackles last season. At just 22 years old, they just signed to a brand new contract long term. He's going to be a big rock for this team and for MLS in general. And that, of course, is Federico Navarro. He is the best player at Chicago Fire. Cincinnati, FC Cincinnati. Here we go. This team is so up and down. They were down a lot, but now they're looking pretty good. They got Vasquez, and they've got their best player ever right now, Luciano Acosta, the top assist provider in the 2022 season last year. He really helped out, Cincinnati get to the playoffs last year, and so did Brandon Vasquez. But I had to go Luciano Acosta. If Vasquez scored more goals, maybe I would pick him. But maybe this season, Vasquez could overtake Acosta as their best player. Colorado Rapids is a team that, it was really hard for me. I mean, I don't really follow this team. I'm not a big fan of this team. They're just Colorado. But I have to go with, I think, Cole Bassett. Now that he's back, Cole Bassett, I think, is definitely the Rapids' best player. Next up, we've got Philadelphia Union's baby. Columbus Crew. Sorry, I had to say that real quick because Philly boy, baby. But who are you going to pick other than Lucas Zelarayan? 10 goals, 12 assists last season. Overall, one of their most important, if not the most important player in the attack going forward, and even the midfield too, for Columbus Crew. Definitely go with Lucas Zelarayan. Next up, we got dead last DC. I mean, not this season, but definitely last season they were dead last. Wayne Rooney's team, their best player, I don't know. Their team is not that good, bro. It's not Bill Hamid for sure. I don't know if he's even there anymore. I don't follow this team at all. I have to go with the Greek striker, Fontas. Taxiarchis Fontas. Did I say that right? Probably not. Let's go all the way down south, baby, to Texas, to FC Dallas. I definitely got to go with Sebastian Lletget, friend of the channel. He's not the best player, though. The best player is Jesus Ferreira, no doubt. He might not be in MLS much longer. I know he doesn't have the best reputation among USMNT fans, but for MLS and FC Dallas especially, he's definitely a fan favorite. He's definitely popular. He definitely can score goals. So hopefully he can kind of get out of that rut he had at the World Cup, and now he's back in Dallas where he's comfortable scoring. Let's see what he can do. I hope he plays more of a center attacking midfielder, because to me, he ain't a striker. But if he's in a behind striker guy, that works for me. Up next, we got Houston Dynamo. Team did not have a good season last year, just barely finishing last place in the Western Conference. I would have picked Darwin Quintero, but he's not there no more. He's gone now to America de Cali. I have to go now maybe with Hector Herrera. I mean, he's got a big leadership in the midfield. Hopefully he can turn around this team for the sake of Houston, you know. But that's my opinion. Hector Herrera. All right, who's next? Who else wants the wrath? Sporting Kansas City. Team's way past their glory days. It's not Graham Zusi for sure, but their best player definitely is, in my opinion, Kansas City fans, Patrick Mahomes. Oh wait, wrong team, wrong football team. This is a terrible joke. I have to go with Daniel Sauli. Definitely the best player last season, and just maybe in general could be this year as well. We'll see. Okay, let's go to the West Coast now to LA, baby. I think LA Galaxy, their best player is not Chicharito Hernandez for sure. I mean, he probably is up there, maybe second. But for me, in my biased Barcelona opinion, it's Ricky Puig. Okay, Ricky Puig is definitely going to be. I mean, he came on like later on in this halfway of the season last year for Galaxy, and I think he made an immediate impact, having some good key passes, a goal or two, and some good assists. Like just some really good on the ball, can control the midfield. He's still, I think, 22, 23 years old. He's a young kid, but I still think he's got a good high ceiling. He could be another player from Europe who kind of needs a boost in confidence to kind of rejuvenate his career. And he comes to MLS, and like lots of players have done so, and rejuvenate themselves and maybe go back to Europe one day. I think he's still young enough to do so, and now he's got a full season to be under his belt for this year for LA Galaxy. I think he's going to be a very, very important key factor in the Galaxy's midfield and attack going forward. Talk about the losers at LAFC. Yeah, I'm still bitter about that, man. And thank God Gareth Bale's not there anymore, because I can't see his face without shedding a single tear. But besides that, who else are you going to pick but Carlos Vela, the face of LAFC in general, the face of LA, I would say, in the soccer world in general. Carlos Vela is definitely, to this day, LAFC's best player and probably their best player of all time. Let's go down south to mini Cuba at Inter Miami. I think now their best player is not Rodolfo Pizarro for long shot for sure, but it's definitely, to me, in my opinion, could be Joseph Martinez. Not having the best season last year with LA United, but now coming to Miami. Let's see what he can do here in the sunny side of Miami and see what he can do with his team. Can he rejuvenate those goals he had a couple years ago with Atlanta United? We're going to find out. Minnesota United, let's go with Emmanuel Reynoso as their best player. No doubt, bro. No freaking doubt. Nashville SC. No, I don't really fucking know. Walker Zimmerman? No, man, it's fucking Hani Mukhtar, MVP last season, best player, highest goal scorer, best player in MLS last season, best attacker, I'll say. Best attacker last season, MVP of MLS. Definitely their best player of all time, for sure, man. All right, New England Revolution is next. Let's see what they got. Oh, yeah, I know, Carlos Gil. Best player, no doubt. Not Nacho Gil, Carlos Gil. Remember the name. Finally head up to Canada for Montreal CF, or CF Montreal, whatever you want to call it. For me, I think Romel Kyoto, 15 goals, 6 assists last season. He's going to replicate, maybe not replicate it this year, but maybe it can be a little better. I think overall, best player for Montreal. Montreal fans, what do you think? Let's go to New York. I think Lewis Morgan's their best player in the Red Bulls. No, Sarah. Lewis Morgan, for me, Red Bull's best player, no doubt. For NYCFC, dude, okay, let's see. I think it's going to be Thais Magno. The young guy, he's the Brazilian guy. Oh my God. Beautiful footwork, beautiful dribbling, skill, ball skills. Everything is so good. He's still young. I think he's going to break out this season. Quote me, guys. He's going to be really, really good. He might not be in MLS much longer either. I promise you that. Orlando City FC tactical manager. I hope you agree with me. If not, let me know down below. I have a comment from you would actually help the channel out. Mauricio Pereira, for me, Orlando City's best player. Or Pedro Gallese, but I think he's maybe not as good as he was when he first came on the scene. But for me, Mauricio Pereira is Orlando City's best player, for sure. Finally, the team we've all been waiting for, and by all I mean all my Philly fans. Philadelphia Union, best player. Who can we go with? One of the best team last season, just barely lost the MLS Cup. Technically MLS Cup champions, but let's not be salty, right? Could go with Andre Blake. Could go with Kai Wagner, one of the most assists as a left back. Could go with freaking Glesnes, best defender in MLS again. But I have to go with Gazdag, the Hungarian midfielder, attacking midfielder, scoring a lot of goals last season. I think it was 2 off Henny Mukhtar, but still, this guy is so important for the team. I think he's going to replicate this even more this season. At least I hope he does. So Gazdag, Union's best player. We're almost at the end, guys. Hang in there. Portland Timbers now. I did not want to go with another striker or attacker. I kind of want to see what else they have. For me, I got to go with Claudio Bravo, the left back. Most tackles won last season. He's still young. Another Argentine best player on this list. Argentinians are coming to MLS and performing so well. Claudio Bravo is another example of that. He's going to have another good season this year. Quote me on that. I promise you. Like I said, I don't really follow Real Salt Lake that much, but I had a guess. Not guess. I had to make an educated guess. And for me, Jefferson Savarino, best player for Real Salt Lake. Salt Lake fans, let me know down below what you guys think. Yo, same thing for San Jose, because San Jose Earthquakes, I don't follow you, dead last San Jose in the Western Conference last season. Maybe we'll see Christian Espinoza as the best player, I think, my opinion. Let me know, San Jose fans. These two were a little hard. Salt Lake and San Jose were hard to pick. Seattle Sounders. Some people might pick Jordan Morris or Christian Roldan, Stephen Fry, whatever, but I gotta go with Nicolas Lodero. Definitely, consistently, one of the best players, like every season, always doing good. It's definitely Nicolas Lodero, best player for Seattle Sounders. Now, of course, we got newbies here, the rookies, St. Louis FC or City, whatever you want to call it. Nothing to go off last season to compare, whatever like that, but I think, you know, they did have a run in the USL or whatever, like MLS Next Pro, whatever you want to call it. But João Klaus, the Brazilian striker, I think is going to be their best player this season. He scored the winning goal in the club's debut this past weekend. I think it's going to be something to talk about, a threat to be reckoned with go into the season. He was performing good goals when he played in Belgium and stuff like that. But now let's see him here at St. Louis in MLS. What could he do? If you guys, some of you guys might pick like the ex-Dortmund keeper, Berkey or something like that, but I'll be okay with that too. But for me, I'm gonna go with João Klaus. All right, let's finish this up with Canadian teams. Toronto FC. Let's see. Federico Bernardeschi, no doubt. Federico Bernardeschi. You probably could pick Sean Johnson because he had one of the most saves last season, but now he's not with New York City FC. But also he didn't do that good in the first game. But I got to go with Federico Bernardeschi for Toronto FC. And last but not least, of course, we've got Vancouver Whitecaps. Now, this was a little tricky for me because this is a team I hardly ever watch, if anything. I watch when a Union plays them. But for me, a player that always stands out, who controls the midfield, who came on into MLS and just always, I think, the last 3 years he's been here, or 2 years, whatever, he's performed pretty well. And I would say he stood out above the rest out of all Vancouver teams. I'd have to go with... Whoa, I just ruined myself. Sorry, I have to go with Ryan Gauld. Finally, we're done. Let me know your thoughts down below because those are my best players of each MLS team. What do you guys think? What do you think about your own team's best player? Let me know down below. And any more MLS recommendation video content, write them down below, and we'll have a good time. See ya.